During a HACCP audit, a critical control point, CCP, shows repeated deviations in cooking temperature. What is the first corrective action? A. Continue production and note the deviation. B. Adjust the equipment and reprocess affected product. C. Discard the product without investigation. D. Lower production speed. Answer: B. When a CCP fails, the process must be corrected and affected product reprocessed or safely disposed. Investigation prevents recurrence. Which of the following is considered a biological hazard in a ready-to-eat salad? A. Salmonella. B. Pesticide residue. C. Metal fragments. D. Allergens. Answer: A. Salmonella is a microbiological hazard, commonly controlled by proper sanitation and temperature monitoring in ready-to-eat foods. A supplier provides raw chicken with inconsistent temperature upon delivery. Which HACCP principle does this violate? A. Conduct a hazard analysis. B. Establish critical limits. C. Verify CCPs. D. Establish monitoring procedures. Answer: B. Critical limits include acceptable temperature for receiving. Deviations require corrective action to prevent hazards. What is the main reason for establishing critical limits at each CCP? A. To meet regulatory paperwork requirements. B. To prevent, eliminate, or reduce hazards to acceptable levels. C. To improve product taste. D. To enhance employee efficiency. Answer: B. Critical limits define measurable parameters, time, temperature, pH, to control hazards effectively. During storage, a HACCP team discovers that frozen fish experienced partial thawing. Which action aligns with HACCP principles? A. Freeze the fish again without assessment. B. Evaluate safety and disposition based on risk. C. Place fish in cooked products. D. Ignore and continue processing. Answer: B. HACCP requires risk-based assessment of safety before corrective actions, ensuring no hazard reaches consumers. A metal detector frequently rejects products due to false positives. What is the appropriate HACCP response? A. Remove the detector from the line. B. Adjust sensitivity and verify calibration. C. Accept products anyway. D. Switch to manual inspection only. Answer: B. Equipment that monitors a CCP must be calibrated and verified to reduce false positives while ensuring hazard control. What type of hazard is controlled by proper hand washing and sanitation in a food processing plant? A. Chemical. B. Physical. C. Biological. D. Allergen. Answer: C. Handwashing and sanitation reduce microbial contamination, a biological hazard. Which HACCP principle involves documenting all actions and decisions to ensure traceability? A. Principle 1, Hazard Analysis. B. Principle 4, Establish monitoring procedures. C. Principle 7, Record keeping and documentation. D. Principle 2, CCP identification. Answer: C. Principle 7 ensures every step is traceable, supporting verification and compliance audits. During pasteurization, a thermocouple reads below the critical limit. What should the HACCP team do? A. Ignore if product appearance is normal. B. Reprocess or discard affected product and investigate cause. C. Lower flow rate without documentation. D. Continue processing while adjusting temperature slowly. Answer: B. Deviations from critical limits at CCPs must trigger corrective actions to eliminate risk to consumers. Which of the following is a physical hazard in food manufacturing? A. E. coli. B. Glass fragment. C. Pesticide residue. D. Allergens. Answer B. Physical hazards include foreign objects like glass, metal, or stones that can cause injury. What is the main purpose of a hazard analysis in HACCP? A. To determine critical limits. B. To identify potential biological, chemical, and physical hazards. C. To train employees. D. To schedule production. Answer B. Hazard analysis identifies risks at each step, forming the basis for CCPs and critical limits. A ready-to-eat product contains undeclared peanuts. Which HACCP principle is directly violated? A. Hazard analysis. B. Establish CCPs. C. Establish critical limits. D. Verification. Answer A. Allergens are chemical hazards. Failing to identify them in the hazard analysis violates Principle 1. Which of the following is the most effective method for controlling cross-contamination in raw and cooked meat areas? A. Color-coded utensils and separate zones. B. Using the same cutting boards with sanitizer. C. Washing with cold water only. D. Limiting staff access. Answer A. Segregation and color-coded tools prevent physical and biological contamination between raw and cooked products. During verification, a HACCP team notices that monitoring logs are incomplete. What is the correct action? A. Continue production. B. Document and retrain staff on monitoring procedures. C. Ignore missing entries if critical limits were met. D. Replace logs without review. Answer B. Verification ensures monitoring accuracy. Missing records require retraining and corrective documentation. A deviation at a cooking CCP shows internal temperature reached only 150 degrees Fahrenheit instead of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Which factor should be considered? A. Type of product and pathogen risk. B. Operator speed. C. Product packaging color. D. Ambient humidity. Answer A. Corrective action depends on hazard risk assessment. Some pathogens require minimum internal temperatures for safe elimination. Which HACCP tool is used to visually summarize critical control points, monitoring, and corrective actions? A. Process flow diagram. B. Fishbone diagram. C. Control chart. D. Pareto chart. Answer A. Process flow diagrams help teams identify CCPs and illustrate the points where hazards are controlled. A HACCP plan specifies that cooked meat must reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit within 30 minutes. Which type of CCP monitoring is this? A. Continuous measurement. B. Intermittent measurement. C. Random sampling. D. Visual inspection. Answer A. Temperature at CCPs must be continuously monitored or measured to ensure compliance with critical limits. Which corrective action is appropriate if a storage temperature CCP is exceeded but product shows no visual defects? A. Discard product immediately. B. Evaluate safety based on time and temperature, then decide. C. Adjust refrigerator and continue use. D. Ignore as long as product is frozen later. Answer B. HACCP requires risk-based assessment even when products appear normal, ensuring safety before sale or consumption. Which type of documentation is required to demonstrate proper calibration of a metal detector at a CCP? A. Maintenance log. B. Calibration record. C. Employee training certificate. D. Batch production record. Answer B. Calibration records verify that the metal detector reliably identifies contaminants, supporting HACCP verification. Which HACCP principle is directly applied when an internal audit checks that CCPs are functioning correctly? A. Principle 1, Hazard Analysis. B. Principle 4, Establish monitoring procedures. C. Principle 6, Verification. D. Principle 3, Establish critical limits. Answer: C. Verification confirms that monitoring and CCP controls are effective and properly implemented. During a corrective action review, a deviation was traced to improper cooking time. What is the next HACCP step? A. Revise the critical limit and train staff. B. Ignore since product was cooked. C. Reduce production speed. D. Increase ingredient quantity. Answer: A. Corrective actions include revising procedures, retraining staff, and preventing recurrence. In a HACCP plan, which measure prevents chemical hazards from cleaning agents entering food? A. Separation of storage areas for chemicals and ingredients. B. Using sanitizer only on metal surfaces. C. Allowing cleaning at night. D. Diluting chemicals before use. Answer: A. Physical separation and proper labeling reduce the risk of chemical contamination in food production. Which critical factor must be monitored for acidified canned foods to prevent Clostridium botulinum? A. pH level. B. Water activity. C. Packaging size. D. Oxygen exposure. Answer: A. pH less than or equal to 4.6 inhibits C. botulinum growth. Maintaining the CCP prevents botulism. During HACCP implementation, the team notices that employees are not following allergen cleaning protocols. What is the best action? A. Conduct retraining and increase supervision. B. Issue a warning only. C. Ignore if no allergic reaction occurs. D. Change cleaning chemicals. Answer: A. Compliance with allergen controls is critical. Retraining and supervision prevent cross-contact hazards. Which scenario represents a violation of HACCP Principle 2, CCP identification? A. A temperature-sensitive product has no monitoring point. B. Metal detector is calibrated daily. C. Logs are reviewed weekly. D. Allergen labeling is updated. Answer: A. Failing to identify a point where a hazard can be prevented or reduced violates CCP identification and risks consumer safety.